Hey guys, this is our first Q&A. Here's some of the questions that you all sent us to answer, so we hope you enjoy.
Also our first video.
Oh, and our first video.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Okay. The first question was, how was the wedding?
A lot of fun. It was exactly what we wanted. Beautiful. Everything that at least I could have ever imagined. And we really wanted to have fun. We also wanted all our guests to have fun. And it seems as if they did.
Second question, when is the gym opening? That's a hard one. It was supposed to open up Labor Day weekend. It didn't end up opening Labor Day weekend, as you can tell.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Right now I'm thinking hopefully in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, it should be open. Third question, what does your wife do?
I'm currently getting my clinical doctorate in physical therapy, and I'm in the last few months of my clinical rotations. In May, I'll be walking and I'll be getting my doctorate, and I guess from there we'll see what is planned and in store for us. My interests are not just in physical therapy, but also in fitness and a lot of other fun things.
That's better than my answer because I was just going to say me, but...
Oh my gosh, babe, for real.
Next question, would y'all do a TV show? I got asked this yesterday.
Yeah.
For me, I would definitely do a TV show.
That would be really fun.
If my family had a TV show, the people driving the show would probably be me and my mom.
No, I don't think so. I'm not boring.
I'm not saying you're boring. It's just like, I don't know.
You're so messed up.
So what would your aspect be? What would your angle be? The drama starter?
I'm the peacemaker. And I'm the quirky, goofy one. People would laugh at me.
You're probably the relatable girl.
Yeah.
My goal would be to be like the Scott Disick.
Oh my gosh. That's not a good thing.
How's marriage? I'll let you answer this one.
Marriage is good whenever James is good. No, I'm just kidding. It's been fun. It's just really good to be home with him. I think the hardest part for us is having to do long distance for 2.5 years before we were married. Now it's just appreciating the time together and kind of making up for the time that we had apart. It was a struggle, but it was all worth it in the end. I think we both do our best to make sure that we spend quality time with each other whenever we're home. We are learning to live with one another because he obviously was used to being a bachelor in his own place. The messiness is a work in progress.
Next question, are you fighting again? Well, that's a big question for me. I'm still asking myself that question. It's not a yes, it's not a no. I'm really dedicated to opening up this gym right now. That's my first thought in the morning, my last thought at night. Past that, I can't really tell. Maybe I'll do it again. I'm not too sure. Right now, I have a lot of personal clients that I train, and I'm okay with that. I'm good with opening up my gym. I think that's something that not a lot of boxers here in town get to say they have, is their own boxing gym. That itch is still there for me, and we'll see where it goes. Next question, how do you become a fighter? That actually surprisingly isn't too hard. It's not like, basketball or baseball where you have to go through high school, college, get noticed, and then go into the professional league of that sport. The better question would be, how do you stay a good boxer? Or how do you become a good boxer? The way I see boxing is you got to see boxing kind of like school. Convenience isn't always the best. Search out the different boxing gyms, which one is better, which one's more prestigious. You do it with school, so you do it with boxing. If the gym has a good trainer and he sees potential in you, he can build you up from there.
Experience is really important in this profession too, because a lot of people claim to know how to box, that they're trainers and et cetera, but ultimately the experience is what really helps the trainer become actually good at what they do. And
just because your friend says he's a professional boxer doesn't mean he's good.
Yeah.
Next question, what's Rumble Boy? And I guess I just answered it. RMBOBY is Rumble Boy. I just took out the vowels except for Y. I just always use it. Yeah, so I've always used it since social media started for me. So how old are you? She's older than me. So.
Oh my gosh. We're 26. Both of us are 26 years old. And we're, he says that I'm old just because I was born in February and he was born in March. 3 weeks apart, so I'm not that much older, but he
Pretty
claims
old.
that I'm like an old woman.
It's
Maybe because
old.
I act like a grandma sometimes.
Maybe.
He acts like a kid. But we're not old. We have a lot left to live.
Canelo or Triple G?
I mean, I think we both can agree we want Canelo to win. But we also know that Triple G is capable of definitely knocking Canelo out. So I guess we'll see.
It'll be interesting to see how that fight goes. It's a very risky fight for Canelo, but at the same time, he has a very good body shot and he's very good defensively. But I don't know if he has the power to really knock out Triple G. And that's what makes it a good fight. It's the whole unknown aspect of it. Next question. Who is your favorite boxer? My favorite boxer is Jorge Linares, who is actually fighting the 23rd of September. I think I found him on YouTube somewhere, and he's a fighter from Venezuela, but he trains out of Japan. To me, he's the best pure boxer that there is. He reminds me a lot of Juan Manuel Marquez in his fighting ability, and he's just an amazing fighter. Do you have one?
You.
Okay. What is your favorite cheat meal?
Oh, man. I really love Whataburger. Number 1. And an apple pie. And froyo. And...
That's like a cheat day.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite cheat meal is probably...
Pizza. Twinkies. No, I know which. It's the cookie
Oh,
ice
yeah, the
cream.
ice cream sandwiches. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you give me any kind of pizza, I like Supreme. I like everything on my pizza. So pizza with, at the end of it, an ice cream sandwich, like one of the ones with like the M&Ms on it, I'm sold. Next question. How did you know you wanted to marry the other? At what moment did you know?
For me, it was immediate. I mean, as cliche as that sounds.
We both agree it was pretty fast.
For me, it was, he allowed me to be who I wanted to be. He allowed me to express myself with love, and he still continues to do that. It was just one of those things that I just knew, like, this was the man that I wanted to be with, and man.
For me, I said I either wanted to get her pregnant or marry her. So.
I'm blind. That's so terrible. Like, unromantic.
No, I knew she was the one because I totally felt it, and it does sound cliche, and everyone says it, and I understand why everyone says it now. But it's true. When you find the one that's meant for you, you just know. And if you have to question it, it's not it. There's a lot of times when you try to convince yourself that it is, but it's really not. If you have to convince yourself, or if you have to ask yourself if it is, it's not. Last question of this Q&A. Best advice someone's given you. You know what? I don't know if it's the best advice, but the one piece of advice that someone gave me that always stuck with me, even to a fault. I think it's to a fault. My 4th grade teacher told me, there's always somebody watching you. The bad part about it is I always feel like people are watching me, so I'm always kind of like on. I always have to kind of be on. I'm not able to kind of be myself and let loose as much as I want to, but the fact that people are always watching you, you always kind of watch yourself, and you're always putting your best foot forward. Everyone's always looking at how you present yourself, how you represent yourself. I think that really benefited me and how people see me and how I speak and how I communicate with other people. That definitely helped me in my career with personal training, even with public speaking. So I definitely think that was probably one of the better pieces of advice that someone's given me.
I guess the best piece of advice for me was from his mom. I know in Hispanic culture, well, in terms of my family, we learned that, as women, don't rely on a man. And, that's not good advice. we still have to be able to take care of our men or our man.
Yeah.
Because that's important, If you don't take care of your husband, they'll go and they'll find it elsewhere, and in any way, whether it's emotionally, physically, etc. You have to make sure that you make time for them just as much as they make time for you. That's so vital to any marriage or even any relationship.
I think that holds true for us a lot because our life is very different than I feel most people's is. It's very up and down. It's very like fast paced. I think that's what makes it interesting, though.
Yeah, that's the best piece of advice for my life, for our lives. You know, for others, they may not feel that way, and that's okay. In terms of our relationship and our marriage, that's something that I hold very, very highly, making sure that he's well taken care
Good for me.
of.
Those are your questions. That's the Q&A for today. I'm sure we'll do this one again. Thanks for everybody who sent a question in. So until next time, thanks for tuning in, and keep up with our videos, subscribe, like, and share.